Hi, my name is Anna Ruzanowski, and this is my submission for the Give Hope Wings Adventure Flight Award. I'd like to share my story with you. 5 years ago, I was watching spotter planes take off from a tiny airstrip in the Australian outback when I thought to myself, I'm gonna learn to fly. A few months later, back in Canada, I booked a Discovery flight and was hooked instantly. When I began my flight training, I aspired to be a bush pilot. My father was a mountaineer in the 70s, and he invoked a deep connection with the mountains in me. My dream as a pilot was to fly in remote mountainous regions filled with rugged landscapes and untouched beauty. Toward the completion of my private pilot's license, my father was diagnosed with ALS, and everything changed. I made the decision to postpone my studies and focus on my family. It was really important for me to stay close to home. I completed my PPL, and since then I've continued to fly for fun. More recently, beginning to work towards my commercial license in the hopes of one day becoming a flight instructor. Shortly after receiving my pilot's license, an acquaintance of mine asked if I'd be interested in flying with his grandfather, an 80-year-old man that lost his aviation medical after getting a pacemaker. I couldn't imagine how difficult it would be to have such restrictions in pursuing your passions. I leapt at the opportunity, and we've been flying together ever since. You'll see him in these videos with a cheeky grin every time I land, and it's a greaser. Give Hope Wings is a cause that hits close to home. I live with my father and appreciate the difficulty in caring for people with special medical needs. We live in a heavily populated area where you'd think treatment would be more accessible. However, we too have faced hardships in getting timely appointments locally, traveling abroad for treatment, and working through expensive medical bills. My goals and motivations for joining Give Hope Wings Northwest Expedition are to spread awareness about the difficulties that Canadians with health issues face when living in rural communities. I want to be an advocate for your organization and help fundraise for this really worthy cause. More recently, I was selected as a recipient of Ladies Love Tail Draggers Tailwheel Endorsement Scholarship. Woohoo! Ladies Love Tail Draggers is an organization that encourages women to achieve their dreams of flying tailwheel aircraft. I'm a member of the board of directors for the Northern Lights Aero Foundation. The organization's goal is to attract young women to enter careers in any sector of the aviation and aerospace industry by recognizing and celebrating the achievements of accomplished women in those fields. I take on the role of public relations. I've been a member of the 99s since 2016, and I've dedicated a lot of time to promoting women in aviation. One event that we organize that I'm particularly proud of is called Girls Take Flight. Girls Take Flight is a not-for-profit event which aims to bring awareness to the public about opportunities available in the industry. I act as a public relations and media liaison, and I've been able to obtain coverage from big media outlets like Breakfast Television, CBC Radio, Your Morning Toronto, Rogers Television, and more. My goal is to become a flight instructor and mentor others through their aviation journey. As a flight instructor, I can work locally, allowing me the flexibility that I need to support my family while also pursuing my greatest passion. Although I never achieved my dream of flying as a bush pilot in the Canadian Rockies, this adventure would allow me to experience flight as I've always imagined it. I'm a driven, fierce supporter of women in aviation, have a passion for flying, and a love for our country. Joining Give Hope Wings on this expedition would be an experience of a lifetime, and it's the perfect way to combine all my passions. And take lots of pictures and videos while doing it. As you can tell, I kinda like to do that. By selecting me, you also gain an ally in aviation. I will work tirelessly to support your cause, and I'm so excited for the opportunity. I'd like to finish off with one of my favorite quotes by a man who loved aviation as much as cigars. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Winston Churchill couldn't be more right. Thank you, Dave, Steve, and Ian, for your selfless contribution. Your passions for generosity, flying, and camaraderie are inspiring. Thanks for listening. This is Pilot Annie signing off.
You creamed it, girl!
Yay!
Yeah, that was good.